Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. All right, welcome to 10 Minutes with Adrian Smith. This guy is so awesome. All right, so I really have only been following Adrian's stuff for maybe 6 months online. I was first turned on to his work by a friend of mine at Wildstorm, and I forgot his name. And so I'd seen his work maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little less, like 8 years ago. And I was really liked it. And then I forgot about it. And then I remembered, and then I couldn't remember his name. And so for years, I was like trying to figure out what it was, but I didn't work with the person anymore, so I couldn't reach out to them and ask. And I finally tracked it down. When I saw it, I was like, "This is it." So settle in. This is amazing stuff. Hopefully, some of you don't know his work, and I'll have a link to his art, Instagram, and you can check it out. Man, this stuff is so cool. So he's got sequentials too, which is very exciting. But you'll see, um, this is really heavy duty, like warriors and really detailed stuff. Oh man, it's so good. Look at this. This is so awesome. These futuristic vehicles are so cool. Man, this is sick. But yeah, I was really excited. I when I came up with the idea of doing like a really kind of detailed a week of detailed art. I still have slots for a few more requests, so I've got one for tomorrow. But if you'd like to recommend someone, please let me know, and I can like look into it and see if I can get their work together for a video. But yeah, so this week is going to be detailed art. Look at this down here. This is so awesome. Oh my god. Yeah, that is so cool. Woo. This is rocking. Rocking. So a lot of his work is traditional. This is clearly digital. Now, I don't know if the underdrawings were originally done traditionally or not, but this is really cool. Would be interesting to do something like this traditionally. I mean, it could definitely be done. Jay Lee's stuff kind of looks like that, just when I was much gray. Look at this. These thumbnails, like when you look at it small, it's so crazy. Like they're so good. He's a very textured brush. Sorry. Hide my phone. It's telling me that my friend is writing me. It's really cool. This little girl's outfit's trippy. She's got like a little hood, but it looks like she's in a raincoat. I guess she kind of is. All right. I kind of opened a lot, so I'm kind of going faster now. Some of this reminds me a little bit of Wayne Barlow, Barlow's Inferno, with like the Beksinski kind of vibe with all the things. Man, this stuff is cool looking though. Look at these, like floating corpses or whatever it is. This is really awesome. Oh my god. Dude, with these 10-minute videos, we can look at so many kick-ass artists. And I wanted to mention again, because I said this in the Andy Brass video yesterday, if you like an artist, make sure you smash the like. That lets me know that you want to see a longer video of their stuff. If when the videos don't get like a strong response with comments or likes, then it's very difficult for me to I have to gauge your interest, is that it wasn't as strong as it could be. So this is great too, man. I like that this guy does sequential. So his new work, we're going to kind of go backwards now. So this is some of his newer work. His newer work is actually a little kind of, I don't know, tighter and a little less chaotic. Not all of it. I'm just saying that he's been doing a series of pieces that have this different look that's really nice. There was a guy that worked for Mad Magazine that would kind of get this look. I can't think of his name right now. I haven't seen his work in a while, but this is like really good like watercolor pieces. He worked for them kind of in the 2008 to 2018-ish. Oh, look at this. This is so sick. Man, that is good. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. This does have a Barlow's Inferno vibe. I mean, it's definitely its own thing, but When I first saw Barlow's Inferno, it had stuff like this where you're just like, man, this is cool. It's like hip, but fantasy biblical or something. Like, looks like the apocalypse. Like, I guess some of it kind of goes back to Bosch. I mean, it doesn't look like Bosch. Look at this. Oh my god, the robot guys are so cool. Never really read this material. I mean, I've kind of like I've seen it more the last few years because when I was researching for Crystal Planet and I had to kind of look up futuristic tanks. I started looking at some of the like Warhammer stuff, all the different things and whatnot. And I follow a lot of people that paint miniatures of these like characters, but it's still new to me. I'm assuming Gears of War was somewhat influenced by that. It would have to be, right? It's the just gigantic armor. These guys are so big. I worked with a guy named Jeff Rebner who would have been like a pig in shit drawing this stuff because this is he was definitely the sort of meat and metal like big brutes artist. God, this is great, dude. Holy shit! My God, this stuff is so crazy. It is really, really cool. This is such a great piece. So it'd be an awesome poster. Man, I would hang it up for sure. That is really cool. All right, let's continue, friends. I didn't really look at the clock, so I have to be careful. Can't go over 10 minutes. No, they've been spent a little bit over, but that's the hopefully the finish line for these. And then hopefully if they get over 100 likes, we'll come back and we'll revisit the artist, look, if I can make it as a thing too, whereas like if we can crack 200 likes on the videos, I'll approach the artist and try to get them to come on and do an interview. Or I kind of like my idea for, instead of doing interviews with artists, what I wanted to do is I wanted to try to see if I could wrangle them for 2 times. One, I wanted to look at their favorite artists with them, which I thought would be a nice way to break the ice. You have them on, we talk a little bit, but then we look at like 3 or 4 of their favorite artists and we talk about like why they're a fan of it. Then they could come back on and kind of revisit, and then we will talk about them, or vice versa. It doesn't have to be that order, but that had been the concept that I had, instead of just doing like a stock interview where you're like, how did you learn to draw? Where did you? And those are cool, but it's like kind of been done to death. These are really cool. He had a lot of these like ogre troll kind of guys. They're really cool looking though, man. It's awesome. Look at this. This is great. Man, that is cool. Dude. Holy goodness. So these are Cust Terminators, I guess? C-U-S-T, it looks like. Like I said, I'm not familiar with this stuff, so I'm not even going to try to pretend that I know. Oh man, that is awesome. The lighting on this is great. Man. This is, up here is so cool looking. God, man, what a great scene. Well, this is exciting. I'm having a lot of fun seeing this. I could definitely have done a longer video on this guy. So, who knows? Maybe I'll spoil myself and do one. His Instagram was tricky to pull from, though. He has a lot of pictures of his dog and other things, which is cool. I mean, it's his Instagram. He can do whatever he wants. But it would have been more time-consuming for me to sort of, like, curate a video together. Man, this is great, too. When I saw the thumbnail of this, it reminded me of Will Portacio and I did a piece for Wetworks that had a cover with all these, like, monsters on it. And it almost reminded me of something similar. It's very, very different, though, when I saw it big. But the layout and stuff was kind of similar. This was cool too, very interesting. So we've got maybe 10 more pieces to look at, because I remember when this opened. This is super creepy. There's a couple of video games that I'm waiting for that I won't play them, but I'll watch walkthroughs. Have some stuff like this that I was excited to see how they handle it. Look at this. Oh my god, this is so good. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see your all reaction to this. I think this is a really fun, and in some ways it feels a little different than some of the videos that I normally do. This is really cool too. Gerardo Zafino has a couple of pieces that have like lighting like this. He works in pen and ink, but man, this is great too. God damn. This was win. Win, win, win. Look at this. Sweet galaba laba. God dang, this is so wild. Oh my god. God dang. You know, it's interesting. This is a little bit of a sidebar, but it's an important, I think, conversation to have. Maybe not in an Adrian Smith video, but a patron of mine told me that there was a book that got it was pulled down from Indiegogo because of violence. But like I said, I saw the work and I didn't see it as, it didn't look very violent to me. And there was a little bit of violence, but nothing too extreme. But it concerns me because like say something like this. I mean, this could be considered very violent. It's a big war with all these people with axes and stuff like this. But it's like, if censorship starts to go that crazy where you can't do a, I mean, like Lord of the Rings is no different than this, and Star Wars, a bazillion people get shot with blasters, and people are getting, you know, ultimately killed left and right. They leave the screen, but it's like we know what happened. But it's I don't know, you know, but it concerns me because it's like if you want to do you know, like an adventure book, I mean, usually there's bad guys, and bad guys are gonna, you know, fight the good guys. It's like what like comic stories are. So it's kind of weird, but seeing this made me think of it because it's like, would this be too violent? I don't know. This is really cool, man. So interesting. He's like roots and like flesh, and oh my god, that is so cool. Like, this is so wild. Look at this guy. Damn. Oh my god. I'm putting this is one of my favorite videos that I've done in the last like 7 or 8 months. I'm trying to think back of one that's made me this giddy. I always, well, like, well, I don't always see this guy's stuff on Instagram, but whenever it pops up, I'm always just like, man, I need to really check out his gallery, and I really haven't had an opportunity to go to his gallery, and also on my phone it would be kind of small anyway, but this is the first time that I've ever really seen this stuff big, besides the book, or whatever my friend showed me at the time. I don't remember if it was a book or like a photo, like printouts that he had gotten or something, but man, this is just crazy. Well, this was really, really cool. And this was the kind of first piece that we saw, funny enough. Pretty sure. It feels similar. It was cropped different, but okay. I think we're getting towards the end. So here's some of his pencils. Pencils are quite detailed, too. And, you know, look, this is coming from someone that's... I've been an inker for 25 years, although I'm not technically an inker anymore. I'm inking my own stuff. Seeing this, even as much as this is really done as a drawing, like the inker in me goes, I don't really know how I would handle all this. I mean, you have to start in one spot and just commit to a certain like language that you're going to use. On the armor, I'm going to use these types of lines. On the skin, I'm going to use this. Then you start paying attention to the planes of the objects that you're drawing and make sure that the lines are going the right direction. So if you just start throwing like straight lines on like a forehead or something like that, you're going to run into a lot of troubles. It's not going to look good. The thing is pencil is very forgiving because it's a light value. When you start putting down jet black or like line work, it's a whole other animal that people that attempt inking, and in particular something that's actually challenging to do, it'll hand you your ass real fast. But this, it's impressive what he does with this stuff is my point. And I mean, obviously he uses quite a few different mediums to finish. This is great too. Man. I'd seen it looked like he had shared this piece a few times or things that were similar, but it's really really cool. But yeah, I mean, he paints great, he pencils great, he does really nice sequentials. He's got great designs. It's all excellent, excellent work. These are cool. This guy right here. There was I wish I could remember what game it was for. I want to say it was World of Warcraft, but there was these little guys that could jump into these other creatures' mouths, and then the other creature would fire them out of the mouth, and it kind of reminds me of that. It was I think it was I think it was World of Warcraft. It was a trailer. I've sent it to people because it's one of the best video game trailers I'd ever seen. This is so great. It's really interesting. These big guys really do remind me of Gerardo Zafino's stuff. It's trippy. So he did a Hawkman piece that kind of felt like this, and then I don't know. There was another one that he did that was kind of like that too. Man, this is so badass. So I think we've gone well over 10 minutes, but it's all right. I'm almost done. I know that there's only just a few pieces left. This is nice too. Okay, there we go. All right, Adrian Smith. I will have a link to his Instagram, and definitely give him a follow. And Adrian, if you ever see this, your work is awesome, dude. I hope I meet you one day, and I will shake your hand and tell you in person how awesome you are. So, all right, you guys have a great day. Come back tomorrow. I'm gonna do another one of these, and then I have a definite plan for tomorrow, and then I have another illustrator outside of comics, old school. The guy's been dead for who knows 50 years. That I'll share that I think is one of the originators of some of the pen and ink detailed stuff that we see. That'll be the clue. But we've got a few days open, so give me some recommendations of detailed art, and I'll look it up and then see what takes me into the do it box. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.